You know, 2020 kind of stunk. I mean, there was, one good thing that came out of 2020, but that's not really the point here. What the point really is that in order to reminisce on all the absolutely atrocious things that happened this year, I'm gonna go ahead and make like a 2020 simulator. Just gonna remake every single bad thing that happened this year into Minecraft. So let's start with the Australian wildfires. Here we have this lovely forest, and unfortunately it is going to be burned to the ground. To keep things simple, I'm literally just gonna do two commands. One of them will teleport a dummy armor stand to a random location near me using /spread players, and the other one will make a block of fire at that armor stand. Okay, let's see. I'm pretty sure I should just be able to turn this on and it will work. I am on fire. Other stuff is on fire. That seems to be working. My one issue with it is that honestly, like, it seems to be filling stuff up too fast, but actually that should be easy to fix. I think I just want to make it sort of like a bigger radius to spread in. Let's just go all the way to 100 blocks so that way not only will it be a little bit slower, but it'll also cover a much bigger area. Yeah, I feel like this looks good. I mean, not that part. That part is just, that's for 2021. But over here, this is 2020 material. I think just to add in an extra flair of, wow, this is terrible, I'm going to make a big particle effect just like around everything to sort of simulate just how smoky and awful everything was in California, Australia. Because if you remember some of those pictures from like January, like things were terrible, like you couldn't see very far, and I want to add that as well. Okay, I have no idea if like the amount of particles that there's going to be is going to be good, but if we turn that on, that, I think we need to turn something down. Okay, I think the issue was the speed value was too high. If we turn that down, that looks a little bit better, but honestly the particle effects still just don't seem like substantial enough. Okay, let's try campfire smoke maybe. Yeah, that looks a little bit more like it. It still doesn't have quite like that reddish quality that was going on in Australia, but I think it's okay because it still looks super like apocalyptic. So I'm gonna turn this off before my frame rate gets any lower, and let's get started on something new. So the next thing I want to do is the murder hornets, which were a big scare that went on like earlier in the summer and then nothing ever actually came out of. But guess what? Something's going to come out of it in Minecraft now, I guess. I think we can turn normal bees into murder hornets by doing two things. Number one, I'm going to vastly increase their attack damage, and number two, I'm going to make it so that they're always angry at us. I think we can change their attack damage just with the /attribute command. So if we turn that on, summon a bee, and pop into survival, hit the bee. Oh yeah, that is way more damage than bees normally do. So making them always angry at us is a little bit more complicated. I think there are a few pieces of data we're going to need to change. I think the first piece of data we're going to want to change is has stung. That should always be 0 so that it can keep on stinging us, because I think once it stings once, it can't attack us anymore. Also down here we see anger time. I'm guessing we want that to be at least 1 so that it's, always angry. And lastly, I don't think this bee that I'm looking at has this piece of data because it's not actually angry, but I'm pretty sure we need to change its angry at data so that it's actually angry at us and not just angry at no one in particular. Okay, with all 3 of those data changes incorporated into our repeating command block chain, I'm pretty sure we should be able to pop into survival, place down the bee, and it is angry at us. Oh good, except that it's going to kill me if I don't go into creative. So now that we have those all set up, I think it is time to take a look at probably the worst thing that happened this year. I'm talking, of course, about the coronavirus pandemic. Now before we do this, I should probably add just like the note that I am not the first person to try to like simulate the disease in Minecraft, but I'm hoping to sort of put my own original spin on it. With that being said, the way that I want this to work exactly is if you stand near a bat, you will get infected. Wow, fun. Once you're infected, you'll be asymptomatic for a little while, and then after that you'll be actually sick, and you'll probably have like poison or something. And then after that you'll get immunity for some time, I don't know. Also, whenever you're infected or asymptomatic, I'm going to make it so that any other animals that stand near you will also get infected, so that way it'll actually be able to like spread around and stuff. Okay, let's see here if this is actually working. So if I just start to place bats around me, you can see my COVID score goes up to 6,000. And here, as you can see, I am asymptomatic, nothing is wrong with me, no effects, but I'm still capable of affecting, for example, this pig. So once, however, we drop below 6,000 score, you can see we get poison and slowness effects. So we're real slow, we're real sick. I also added in, I think, this particle effect, which is a little bit questionable, but, you know, it gets the job done. Now, the duration of these effects lasts for a pretty long time. I don't know if it would actually... No, it wouldn't kill you, actually. It would get you real low health, but it wouldn't kill you, because you actually can't die from poison. Fun Minecraft fact here on the amazing Henry Cat YouTube channel. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button below. So, once we drop below 5,000 or 4,000 points, however, our status effects, they last for 10 seconds, but after that, they will actually go away, and when that happens, we are actually immune. So you can see our status effects are now gone, but we can place in bats right next to us, and we do not get sick. But even with that immunity, I think you can kind of see how it would start to spread around a lot, especially because it's hard to tell if people even have it. Which, you know, coincidentally enough, is actually exactly what's going on in the real world. Alright, for one last thing, and this is not exclusive to 2020, but I want to take a look at climate change, because, oh boy, the fun never stops around here. So there are a lot of effects of climate change, and of course a lot of them I really can't simulate, like, you know, rising global temperatures, like, wow. That's not really a thing. So I'm just going to go for a few sort of random, maybe kind of fun effects. Effect number 1. Climate change is causing increased thunderstorms. So from now on, it is literally always going to be a thunderstorm. This is what the world is going to be like, guys. Stop, like, driving cars and stuff. In addition to rain, rising temperatures means that pretty soon, snow is not really going to be a thing. So snowmen are going to be a thing of the past, so we can no longer build snowmen. I'm sorry, Frozone, but your days of building snowmen are over. What am I even saying? Good God. Alright, one last effect is rising sea levels. So let's just take that to its extreme and make it so that water is always everywhere around you. I can try so hard to swim away and escape the water, but it follows me. This is what it's gonna be like, guys, literally underwater all the time. In other news, I have COVID again, so, you know, that's kind of a bummer. But yeah, as you can see, we're just swimming higher and higher here, but we're not actually gonna get away from this water until we reach the build limit. So, fun facts, guys, the water levels are going to rise until they reach 256 meters, and then they're going to stop. Okay, I'm sure all of you guys know I'm just joking, but you know, climate change is sort of a big deal, so I'm going to stop goofing around about it and probably just end this video. So thank you guys so much for watching this absolute chaos. I hope you enjoyed it at least a little bit more than you enjoyed 2020, but you know, if you didn't, that's sort of understandable. Have a happy 2021, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.